Through the General Manager, I'd like to ask some questions to the Director of Community and Culture. Ms Byrne, for the benefit of the Chamber, can you please run us through all scheduled story time events? What initiatives do we currently host in relation to story times, and what are the themes?
Through the Mayor, Councillor, we run story times at all 8 libraries weekly. There's baby rhyme time, toddler time and preschool story time. Those sessions are delivered by staff, and largely the themes are around things like animals, space, environment, nature, that sort of theme.
Thank you, Ms Byrne. So I didn't hear anything in relation to drag story time. Are there any planned or scheduled drag story time events?
Through the Mayor, no, Councillor, we don't have any planned activities of that nature.
Has Council ever hosted such events in the past?
Through the Mayor, no, Councillor, we haven't.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mayor, I'm speaking against the motion, and in doing so I'll be foreshadowing a motion in the event that this motion is lost. I've sent that foreshadowed motion to the staff, and if I could please have it reflected on the screen. Thank you. Mayor, here we are yet again entertaining yet another time-wasting motion from the other side. One that makes absolutely no sense. One that is hateful, divisive and has nothing to do with Cumberland, and designed to further ostracise, further divide and further alienate. And allow me to take this chamber down memory lane. Does everybody remember the media statement celebrating the win against a local mosque because it was refused, alienating the Muslim community? Who can forget the viral video describing people who do not eat or sell bacon as un-Australian, ostracising, of course, the Jewish, the Muslim and the vegetarian community? And how can we forget the public calls for the end of acknowledgement of country, completely disrespecting the Indigenous community? Argued that helping victims of domestic and family violence is a man's issue just as much as a women and children's issue. Spreading misinformation about residents' rates going up under Labor, knowing full well that the rate increase was less than $1 per week at a time when people were already anxious enough and struggling to make ends meet. Who's next? Who's next? Trans people, affirmation leave at Cumberland Council. No such thing, but never, ever let the truth get in the way of a divisive campaign. How else can we get votes? Actively and publicly campaigning against racism not welcome. Racism not welcome, a campaign embraced by many thousands of people around this country. Further alienating, and in fact, this time, everybody. Australia Day, waving the Australia Day flag. We've got to keep it on the same day. Didn't even bother showing up to the Australia Day Awards, recognising the good work of the community. You couldn't make this stuff up. And now this. Can you see a pattern here? It feels like the mover and the seconder only ever seek to divide, only ever seek to confuse, only ever seek to mislead, all in the name of cheap political point scoring. Enough is enough.
Please. Yes, Councillor Rami.
Let me just give me a moment to explain why.
Yes.
So, Councillor Hamid went through a number of examples around bacon. Around bacon and rates and welcome to country, and then finished her speech by saying consistent themes from the mover and seconder. Yes. Now, if I recall, I never made any comment about welcome to country, had nothing to do with the bacon, didn't put an article out about a mosque being rejected, so I won't ask her to withdraw the comment. I'll just ask her to stipulate the particular counts that she's referring to, because she's erring on the side of smearing me in with that, and I did not partake in that.
You're taking part in the debate, and I do note that you are next to debate those issues. So I understand what you're saying, and they're all very valid points.
Can you ask her to...
But you need to take need to take them on when it's your turn.
No, but it's a code of. I've given you the clause. Okay, it's making representations of me that are false and not true.
Thank
so
you.
Can you make a call on that?
I accept that, Councillor Rami, and I'd ask you to clarify some of.
Which councillor are you referring to?
Some of those matters were not relevant to Councillor Rami.
All of them.
What I said, Mayor, was it feels like the mover and the seconder only ever seek to divide, only ever seek to confuse.
That doesn't fix anything.
And seek to mislead. That's
that doesn't
how I
fix
feel.
Anything.
All in the name of cheap political point scoring. That's what I said.
I think Councillor
You
Rami.
can't tell me how I feel about you, mate.
Councillor Rami is just asking that you confirm that some of these.
Confirm. I'm not asking you how you feel.
No, I'm in the middle of a speech.
I'm asking you to confirm.
I've already spoken. It is my.
I'm asking you to confirm.
Councillor Rami, I can't.
Because you're erring on the. You're getting very close to defaming, so I'd ask you to clarify.
I will not clarify, and I'm not.
I'd ask you to clarify.
I'm telling you how I feel about you, mate.
Take your seat.
You can feel about me how you like.
That's right.
But can you confirm that I made the comments about bacon and the mosque?
Through the Mayor.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Did Councillor Ahmed, can she confirm?
I'll take that on notice. I'll take that on notice.
Oh, wow.
Enough is enough. Enough of the vision.
Wow.
Enough embarrassment.
Hang on a minute.
Enough of the misleading. Enough of wasting the council's time. Let's just focus on the priorities of this community.
Point of order, Madam Mayor. You still haven't made a ruling. You still haven't made a ruling. Councillor Ahmed has a habit of throwing her opinion around to various communities.
Councillor Rami, I can't deal with you if you don't sit down and be quiet.
Well, deal with it. Yeah.
I'll ask you to sit down.
Are you going to deal with it?
I'll ask you to sit down. I will ask you to withdraw any inference that Councillor Rami was involved in issues around bacon. I think that's right.
What I said
That's
was.
all you need to do. Thank you.
What I said was.
Patiently and listen to this. I would suggest that you rule
Middle of a
that
point
the
of
Speaker
order.
stick to the motion.
Thank you, Councillor Garrard. I'm in the middle of a point of order and I don't need to hear from you. Take your seat.
If you stick to the motion,
Thank you.
you won't hear from me.
Thank you, Councillor Garrard. Councillor, I will ask you to clarify that comment and then continue with your speech.
May I clarify that it feels like the mover and the seconder only ever seek to divide, only ever seek to confuse and seek to mislead, all in the name of cheap political point scoring.
I'll ask you to withdraw the inference that Councillor Rami was involved in any campaign complaining about bacon not being available.
And the mosque, and the welcome to country.
No, I withdraw. I
List them, please.
I do.
Thank you. Right, done.
Is that recorded?
Thank you, it is.
Yeah.
It's done. Thank you. Please continue. Thank you.
Enough is enough. Enough of the division, enough of the embarrassment, enough of the misleading, enough of wasting the council's time. Let's just focus on the priorities of this community. Fixing the roads, maintaining the parks, upgrading the facilities, addressing the homelessness crisis, social and affordable housing, youth mental health, ending the scourge of DV. Let's just get on with the job.
Stick to the motion.
Thank you, Councillor Garrard. I understand the context of the speech very well, and it is relevant to this motion.
Nonsense. What was that?
Councillor, please continue. Please continue. I certainly did. Thank you. Please continue.
I will repeat the end of my speech, Mayor, for the purpose.
Let's just hear from Councillor Hammond, please.
No, I call a point of order. Councillor Garrard swore. He must withdraw and apologise.
You apologise.
Councillors, I have not requested withdrawal and apology, and I have asked Councillor Hammond to be able to continue her speech without interruption from all of you. There are still many speakers in this matter who wish to have their say. Please be quiet and let her continue. Thank you.
Mayor, enough is enough. Enough of the division, enough of the embarrassment, enough misleading the community, enough wasting the council's time. Let's just focus on the priorities of this community. As I indicated 10 seconds ago, fixing the roads, maintaining the parks, upgrading facilities, addressing the homelessness crisis, social and affordable housing, youth mental health, ending the scourge of DV. Let's get on with the job.